this afternoon, yes, you heard me right, this afternoon, I am going to head up the Malvern Hills and do some long exposure photography. There's no amazing sunset, or there's obviously not a sunrise. It's just good old-fashioned British overcastness. And I'm going to get the big stopper out and I'm going to do some long exposures and see if I can really stretch out those clouds and get some nice contrasting images. So let's go. Okay, I've managed to do a few self-portraits, or I refuse to call them selfies, by the way, because I'm not a 14-year-old girl taking pictures of myself. These are self-portraits, so they're not a selfie. I've been trying to use the big stopper and put myself in the picture, but the problem is I've got to stand still for 30 seconds and sometimes longer, so it's quite difficult to stay exactly still. But anyway, I'm on to the next location. I think I'm going to head up to the beacon in a minute. Because I think that'll make for some great photography when the wind just blows over the summit. So I'm going to go back down, follow the path round, and I'm going to go to Pride Rock. So this is my second location. You might recognise this little precipice, or this, I don't know what you call that, cliff. A few videos ago, I say a few videos ago, it's probably about November, I think, when I first moved to Malvern. I first found this little location and I still love it as much now as I did when I first found it. I call it Pride Rock because it really reminds me of the Lion King, because I can imagine holding up a little baby here like that for all of Malvern to just cheer. So when I have a child, that is the first thing I'm going to do. I'm just going to get everyone in Malvern just down there, so they just, yeah! Just lifting everyone up. Like, I could try it with the camera actually. Let's try it with the camera. Let's practice. So anyway, all jokes aside, what I'm trying to do here is do a 90-second exposure. And I've really stopped up the aperture really quite high so I can get the 90-second exposure, which is what I really want. I'm not so much bothered about the clarity of the image. It's more the effect that I want and the passing clouds. I want to see if I can get the stacked effect of the clouds in dark to light. So that's really what I want to try and achieve. And then when I've done that, I might try and stand in the image, but I've just tried that and it's so difficult to stand still for a prolonged amount of time, because previously when I've been putting myself in the picture, what I've done is I've taken a long exposure and then I've taken a really quick exposure at the same aperture and just chopped myself in, just blended myself in. But this time I want to see if I can do it, probably practice what I preach, because last video I said it was really good to nail things in camera where you can. So that's what I want to try and do, but it's so difficult to stand up straight for that amount of time. 30 seconds is hard, let alone 90. So the last thing that I want to try and do now is put myself in that picture. So I'm going to just make a couple of changes. I'm going to go into manual mode. I'm going to expose for only 30 seconds with the big stopper on. I'm going to go at 6.3. Yep, my settings are the same as they were around the corner. And instead of standing up, I'm just going to sit down because I've got no chance of staying sharp when I'm stood up. I'm on 10-second timer, which should buy me a little bit of time to get into position. I'm going to sit down at the end of the cliff and I'm just going to look out to my left, and I'm thinking that could be a good image. It's so hard to stay so still for that amount of time. Yeah, that's good. Looks perfectly wondrous. So I'll bring myself out on the edit by boosting those shadows. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with that.
I see it all. I love you. I see it all. I love you any kind of way. I see it all. I love you.
What I thought I'd do is, you tree hugging lovers will love this, but I've just found a little tree over there. An episode or two ago I said that I don't shoot trees, and now it seems that that is all I shoot. So I'm going to try and take a picture of this tree and also the misty, cloudy summit of the Worcestershire Beacon, and I want to try and create a bit of an eerie atmosphere. So yeah, let's see what we can get. I'm not sure if I'm going to be onto a winner here or not. I mean, this is my compo. It could look great, it could look awful, I don't know. Of course I'm going to have to Photoshop out somehow these stakes and these staffs that are holding out the marking a perimeter fence. Because of the rain, I'm now shooting at 2.8, which is not ideal, and I keep getting loads and loads and loads of sort of water and spray on the lens. But I mean, look how fast that's moving. This is such a shame, because I think I've got actually quite a nice compo here, but it's just wet. So I mean, look what's happening. I mean, I'm still doing exposure, but it doesn't really matter. Look at the front of the lens. It's so hard to keep it dry. So anything that I photograph now is going to look absolutely rubbish. Sorry, I was having a fight with a moth. But you see that bluish thing underneath the tree? That's my camera wearing my coat. But there's just too much moisture in the air. I can't do a long exposure in this because there's particles of rain just coming all the time, so it's a little bit pointless. So what I'm going to have to do is take the big stopper off and just try and shoot, you know, just fire off a couple of images. I'll probably keep the aperture really wide, about 2.8, or at f4. I might even go with my big lens. I don't know what this is going to look like, but it's just so funny because when that mist rolls in, it just gives your shot such atmosphere. And you look at an isolated subject like a tree, and it just gives it so much character, and it just gives your shot, if you get it right and if you edit it correctly, I suppose, it just gives your shot so much personality. And you can get so much emotion from a tree. Who knew? I'm gonna start crying in a minute because of this tree. But yeah, I'm right, aren't I? Trees are just the ultimate subject. You get more out of a tree than you do a person. And they're easier to direct. Right, gang, I'm just about to blow the final whistle because things are not improving up here. In fact, they're getting worse. Yeah, I'm gonna make a run for it. So thanks for watching, as always. Give me a like, guys, I'd really appreciate it. And if you're feeling really crazy, share this video. But anyway, so thanks for watching as always, and subscribe if you would like to. There's lots more videos coming your way because I am vowing now to do a 14-day trial of daily vlogs. So they won't all be like this. Some of them will be computer based, some of them will be vloggy style.
I see it all.
So I know I have a couple of regular viewers who are not from this country or who've moved away from the UK. So this is what you're missing. It's still June. It's a week after the longest day of the year, the hottest day of the year, and this is what you're missing. Good old Great Britain. I bet you're missing it.
And we'll be taking our time. Ooh, there ain't nothing I can do.